Hi, are you for the this camera? Okay. We have. We want to play the movie. He already did. This person. Okay.
So friends, could I just ask you to settle down? We will soon start the session on Slovenia. So kindly take your seats.
I will introduce you.
Sure.
Just come with me.
Excellency, good afternoon. Very welcome to Albania. I'm the ambassador of Algeria. My pleasure to give you my card. It's
Yesterday the
So it's easy to decide where to go to the next one.
I think by morning maybe.
Good evening all. I think we have all woken up after a nice sumptuous lunch out here. And as I see from the pamphlet, it is a country which is full of love, right? Slovenia. And love is, I think, the thread that binds us all. So let's get on with this session, and I welcome all the delegates who have come from the MFS Slovenia to tell us more about their country so that we can fall in love with their country and come home.
Thank you. Well, hello and welcome to the session where we present country with the only country that has love in its name, in Slovenia. Love. Today we are here, I would say I'm here with amazing women from Slovenia. And yeah, okay, I'm one of them. And I'm really happy that I can present you. I was chosen to be a moderator for this session right now because, I will tell you the story, because I was here last year in Women Economic Forum, the only one from Slovenia. And so then I opened the chapter of All Ladies League in Slovenia, and I became the chairperson for Slovenia. And this year, we are here, 8 women, and not any women, but really great women from Slovenia. And I would like to present you first because it's an honor that I can present you our minister for the strategic development and cohesion, Ms Alenka Smerkolj, who is here.
From all of the countries here except for the Indian minister who is here.
Yes.
The only minister at the conference.
And ours was there only for a while, and she's here.
She's here with us. And you know what? Today it's even a bigger honor because she's not here as a minister, but as a woman from Slovenia. And she is together with us, and we are really happy that we can present our connected woman energy from Slovenia. So maybe one more. Okay, I would like now to present you each of the women, and then we will speak how it is to be a woman in Slovenia. And first, I would start with Sonja Smuc. Sonja, she's the executive director of Association of Managers in Slovenia. And
Very shy person.
and she's passionate about women leadership, so this is her, and gender equality. So she will speak more about this. Then we have Bojana Korosec. Bojana is a business development manager for the international company. She's an IT company, so in tech industry, and also happy to be here with us. Then we have Lucka Klansek. Lucka. Meryl Streep, I know. We are very much aware of it. She's now our, benchmark. And she is an amazing woman. She is the founder of Slovenia for You Foundation, and she's an entrepreneur, like soul entrepreneur. She established many companies, businesses in Slovenia and also in United States. And she's a pioneering in family business. So amazing work she's doing.
And Andreja, you have to say that George Clooney told her she looks like Meryl
Exactly.
She does.
And that's a true story. Then we have here Sonja Klopcic, another Sonja. Exactly, another Sonja. And Sonja, she's the author of first book in Slovenia on leadership. And she wrote it from her experience, how she became a leader from being a manager, top manager, CEO, and in boards, and then her story from inside of the leadership and what it takes personally to become one. Yes. So then you know the lady here that we are really honored to have, Ms Alenka Smerkolj, our minister. And then we have here Jana Jereb. Jana, she's a graduate from Harvard Business School, and she also has a PhD in economics faculty. And she was a consultant in 80 years journey, and now she's executive director for family business for Adria region in Slovenia. So also we are happy to have her here. And last but not least, least but not last. Vera. Oh, Vera is, she's expert on finances. She was chief finance officer for big companies, for holdings, for production companies and construction companies. Yeah, her job, and also CEO of a company. And she is always present in the boards and everywhere. So, yeah. And I'm the connector. So,
Tell us something about yourself.
I'm the connector. I'm founder of Envir. It's a platform for connecting people and perspectives, and also different fields of life, like business, art, science, and spirituality. Because I feel it's important that we join things in order to open our perspectives, join our strengths, forces, and create something new together. So that's about me, I'm sure. And now I will give the word to Sonja, that she opens a little bit and gives the perspective on gender balance and women in Slovenia.
Let's start with the
Oh yes, maybe you can see first.
60 seconds, and just so that you get a feel from the environment in which we all grew up. How you
Yes, and you will see a bit of our country. You see?
I'll try to be the light. Thank you for being here, first of all. It's wonderful, and I've done a lot of conferences, but I'm very touched and emotional because I get to talk about my country, and not about the topic that you only cover, but it's representing a country that I feel a little bit like an athlete waiting for a hymn to be anthem to be played. So this was we almost started with that. What we wanted to show you a little bit before we go to personal experiences, so to share personal stories. I'll be the one sharing not a personal story, but a country story. We are one of the top 10 gender equality countries in the world. We're number 8 on rankings on gender, global gender gap put together from World Economic Forum, which has the same abbreviation as the conference we are in. So there's probably a lot of synergy in there. And our point is, I'll try to show you what all we already have in Slovenia. And those are things that a lot of nations would die for to have, because they know unless they have that, it will be really, really difficult for them to have more women in workplaces, earning money, bringing value to the society, also as working people. Is it okay? Do you hear me? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Do you want the light?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. That's okay. Okay, I'll keep talking like this, and if there's anything wrong, just let me know. You know that there's not a single country in the world that can say it's gender equal. Not one. Iceland is the closest to that. They're expected to get there in a decade. Slovenia, as 8, has a lot to offer. Madi, wonderful. Thanks for being here. But still, being 8, we know that we are really far. We haven't calculated how many times, how many decades it will take us to get there. But still, we are pretty far ahead from others. So there are about 7 things in Slovenia that probably put us pretty high on that rankings. One is politics, the other is attitude, the third is health, the fourth is employment, the fifth is income, education, health, and also social structure. I'll talk really, really briefly about all that because I don't want to take too much time from my colleagues. The politics, you've heard, we have a number of, we have jumped up our rankings also because of the politics. With this government, as we can hear with see here with Alenka Smerkolj, we have first time in our history 50-50 balance in the government. And thank you. We have to thank her that she accepted the position because I know it wasn't easy for her to do that. Then in Slovenia, attitude towards equality is very high. We think of ourselves and we want to be an egalitarian society, which works very good and also pretty bad. So we have also the negative sides of that, but they are not shown that much on the gender equality thing. For instance, we're in one of the countries that has the lowest Gini quotient. So we are really, really income equal. But also that shows in a respect to women. We never felt, and I think that we will hear that from each of the stories, we never felt like discriminated or being not able to do anything. I mean, it was always pretty equal. Though the statistics shows that we are not equal. In the end, when we look towards the decision-making positions, we are still lacking women there, at least in the numbers we're about to see. On the income side, we have one of the lowest gender pay gaps in the world. It's about 2.5%, for instance. Also, the taxation system can be very important for women and for men. Some of the countries, there are not many, but some still have a taxation that is household-based, family-based. So it's important in each country to have an individual taxation, so that it's not family-based. As long as it is, then families will make rational decisions, and that will usually mean that a woman will stay at home. Regarding employment, Slovenia is not the highest country in terms of employment, either of men or women. We are just about on the average of European Union in both terms, but the countries in Europe that have the highest percentage of women employed are Switzerland, Netherlands, Iceland. but they also have very high part-time employment, one of the highest. So that may seem at the first look as a very, very good thing. Wow, almost 75% of their women work. And then when you look, and so many of them work part-time. Part-time can be a very good way for women and for men, let's say, who want to juggle both. But it's a trap if you want to make a career. If you want to be a professional, then part-time is your way down. In education, practically all of OECD countries now have a higher percentage of women getting their degree than men. In Slovenia, the ratio is 63% of girls, or the people that get their secondary third degree, 63% of them are girls. So I'm thinking, what must be the boys? So I'm maybe even more worried about them getting to be working about them at this point. About the health. Health is so important. And I'm really, really proud of my country in terms of the health. We have one of the lowest newborn mortalities. We have one of the lowest teen pregnancies. So I think it's like 7 times lower than Norway, for instance. At birth, we have also low levels of domestic violence. But that's always an issue. You never know whether it's low because it's not reported, or it's low because it's really low. So I'm keeping my habits. I'm listening biased maybe with this. But what we I have to. I'll finish it. Sorry, I'm like a professor, They say you put in a coin and they talk for 45 minutes because they're hours, so I'll try to speed that up. What is really important, what the socialist system actually left us. So, because in the 91 we got our independence, and then we also switched from the social economy to market economy. But some of the things that we developed as a socialist country, stayed, and they're really, really good for women. So, especially in caretaking, we have motherhood leave, so maternity leave is in Slovenia 12 months.
Wow.
So when we get pregnant, 1 month before you give birth, you get your leave, and then you stay with your child until the child is 11 months old. In that time, most of the women will be getting full pay. So you can afford to stay home and raise your baby. When the baby is 11 months old, it can be enrolled in kindergarten. And it will be provided quality, affordable, and acceptable care. Because all this kindergarten network is pretty close to our homes. So it makes it easy to raise children and to go back to work. Then when we move to schools, in schools until the age of approximately 10 years, kids can stay up until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're taken care of, and they have hot meals also there. So again, we are, as mothers, are pretty easy, it's easygoing. And I'm getting the time. So I'll finish up also with the other part. Also elderly care is pretty well, not as good provided as for children, but also for elderly care there are homes that you can that can take care of your elderly if you cannot do that. So I think that's something that really makes it possible for Slovenian women and men to have careers and family lives, so that we are not put in front of a choice. But even that is not enough. On the top positions, we have practically similar ratios as the rest of the, let's say, at least Europe, if not the world. But now let's meet the women, and I'm putting the mic back to Andreja, and I will try not to speak anymore.
Intro into what you will share, but now I'm passing the mic to Ms Alenka Smerkolj, because she will share now how it's to be for her personal story of woman in Slovenia, and how is her story.
Yeah, it's easier to stand up, I guess, because otherwise I hate to sit. For me, the most important person for my whole life is my mother. She was basically born in a wealthy family. She was the seventh youngest child. And when her mother died when she was 5 years old, everybody else, so all her sisters and brothers, were able to go to school, get educated, got university degrees, except her, because she had to take care of her father. So from the moment I was born, she only had one mantra for me, and that is, never allow in your life to depend on anyone around you. Get out, get educated, get a job, and make yourself a living, and you'll be happy. So, well, I did that, and I found myself after graduation in a very unfriendly world for women at banking. And in banking, I spent 26 years. I started in a very, and it's a man's world, I can tell you. Not just all around the world, even in Slovenia. And even in Slovenia, you heard about the gender balance that we have right now. You know, in the bank I worked for, by far the biggest bank, well, till today, no woman has made it to the top. So, well, I was bored -1 when I had another more wild proposal. So it was, but still, even though it was a little bit difficult, if you basically work twice as much as men, and if you love what you really do, if you're passionate about it, at the end of the day they really find out that they need you very much. So you slowly climb up. And I was able to do that. So it's doable, but the top position, well, it's still not there. Perhaps just to conclude, my last job, never in my life, not even really in my wildest dreams, I believe I would become a minister or a politician, because I am much more business driven and my mind is completely different. So sometimes I feel very lonely, or a lonely wolf within a sort of I don't even find the word, but it's pretty lonely sometimes. But it's true that now what I do, I love, because why? Because I think this is really one of the very, very rare positions in the country when you can really make a change, and we are trying to do changes. It's never easy. Sometimes I'm looked at like, what is she doing again? But we are designing our future. And that's what, every day I get up, I feel I can do something. And until this is the way I feel, I stay there and try to do as much as possible for Slovenia. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Alenka. And that's the stories from Slovenia. And now I'll pass the mic to Lucia, Klansek. Mary Street, yeah, Slovenia Mary Street, and she will share her story.
So, thank you. I will start with my name. My name is Lucia Lucka. And Lucia, it means life. It brings life. She brings life. And Lucka in our language, it means small life. So I have double life in my name. So, and this means also that I always come in the dark and I bring light. So, and as can you imagine, I was born in a communist country, Yugoslavia,